Hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. Y'all give us a few minutes because we got to get ourselves together. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me go to comments. I had comments off earlier so I wouldn't be distracted. So,
You sound good on Facebook. You're not
okay.
live on YouTube yet.
Oh, that's weird. So I'm live on Instagram for better or for worse. My face is like so huge. And
All right, so that's on Facebook on my phone. Why is it not on here on my tablet? There you are.
am I there? Okay. Oh, hey, Alyssa. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, we got to get ourselves together. And I am streaming on Instagram too. So, although I'm really big on this vertical camera, I'm trying to get my mic on, you guys. I have to wear the fancy mic when David is here. When I'm here earlier, I just have my regular lavalier, but we have the fancy business going on. I'm excited about tonight's project. So, hopefully, we have a good sized audience tonight. I did all the things. I emailed, I made an event. Oh, man. You know what I forgot, babe? My coffee. I've warmed that coffee up twice now.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Okay. So David's sitting over there. Hey, Madonna. So, you guys, I'm excited about tonight because we're going to make something that's kind of bougie. I shouldn't be excited about that, but I am. So, I'm going to tell you guys everything I'm going to use. Let me add um, the other camera so you guys can see. You guys don't want to see me, anyways. So, we'll switch to the other camera. I need to. Okay, so it's that way. The camera to me is always backwards. It's backwards from. Anyways, it's fine. Um, this is what we're gonna do tonight, you guys. I'm super excited about it. I was on Pinterest, and there's an artist, and she actually paints on these paint palettes. Like she paints her pictures, beautiful landscapes, probably in oil. Um, and so I thought we could make that if we used the recycled fine art. We're gonna say hi to everybody, you guys. David's coming back, so I'm just gonna tell you guys what we're gonna do. So the fine art blocks decoupage paper. So this is the one that I have. Thank you so much, babe. Um, that we're gonna be using tonight. So you have multiple fine art images on here that you can use on your project. Ooh, I hadn't thought about the flowers. I was so stuck on the landscape. I digress. I'm gonna stick to my plan. And my retailer is going to kill me because this paper was retired after the most recent release. But I know that there are retailers who do have this paper in stock. So reach out to your retailer and get this if you guys want to do this project. I'm also going to be using Fine Line Crackle because I am officially addicted. So we'll be using that on here as well as the antique paste. I do have my favorite pale gold posh pigment because we have to do some gold if we're doing something bougie, right? You guys, I have all of my paints tonight because my paper is a little short. So we're going to have to match the paper and paint in order to finish our project tonight. So I'll be going over that. So I have my color wheel so we can talk about that. And I have decoupage varnish and from Pintart. This is the glossy one. And I also have some, what do you guys call this fancy ribbon? It's silk ribbon, but it's like raw silk. I know there's a name for it. I was talking to Carmen earlier and she was telling, anyway, I can't remember the name, but so I have this ribbon that we're going to tie through the hole when we're all done. And you'll have like a fancy piece of wall art that you can put up or a gift that you can make or, whatever you guys want to do with it. So that is what we're doing tonight. You want to go ahead and say hi to everybody, babe, while I paint this white. Just for anybody new, I didn't even introduce myself. I just dived right in. Okay, hold on. Let me do something really quickly. Let me behave. Hi, my name is Royce Hunt Bell. The voice you'll hear behind the camera in a few minutes is my husband, David Bell. And together we make up Royce Cycle to Treasures. We meet here every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, most Sundays, to craft and to chat. So if you love hanging out and creating community, then this is the place that you want to be. If you're looking for something more concise, you can check out my YouTube channel. I do have tutorials there. If you're looking for in-depth information and courses, you can check out recycledacademy.com and you can find some courses there. So now I can go back to my table and we can get back to our project. But first, David is going to say hi to everybody.
All right. On Instagram, we have Callie Redesigns.
Oh, hey, Callie.
On YouTube, we have Laura Andrews, Madonna Rap, Beth, Aunt B's Attic. She said Sari Silk.
Yes, that's what it's called. Thank you.
Okay. And Jerry Peter. And on Facebook, we have Alyssa Bricker Visithin, Lori Slate, Sue says hello again, Doris Rushing, Chris Schmidt,
Right.
Tony Baldessera Webb, Jeannie Mustaine, Kathleen O'Brien Hoovis, Angie Champagne, Chris Schmidt, and Flea Brown. And if I may ask everybody, please share and leave a comment. It doesn't matter where you're at. If you share it, if you leave a comment, if you hit the like button, it just helps the channel all the way around.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I'm running out of things to watch you on. So if you go to another platform.
Oh, if I go to another platform,
I'm
then
done.
We're done. Well, I mean, I don't even know what happens over on Instagram. So we'll see. I didn't think about the fact that you'd have to monitor Instagram. I'm sorry, babe.
That's okay. I go there about like once a month.
I see you when you go there.
Yeah, and I just like about 8 million things, and then I go.
And then you're out. Although your Facebook posts do go there automatically. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that.
So the reason why I'm painting this white, you guys, is because I want the artwork on the paper to be the star. So I'm going to create a nice white background so that the design on that paper will pop forward. So just a quick coat of white paint. Oh, I didn't tell you guys what this was. This is just a wood palette. They have them on Amazon and they're fairly inexpensive. I did go through and add them to my Amazon shop. So I will post a QR code for you guys in just a second to my Amazon shop where you guys find the palettes. And somebody had asked me about these brushes earlier, and I did remember, and I added those to my Amazon shop as well, because I really do love these paint brushes, legitimately. You guys see me use them a lot because they're inexpensive and they're super hardy, and the brushes are really soft. They work really well.
So just a reminder, Royce has been doing videos every day this in 2026 so far. I know
Yeah.
we're only on day 4.
Every day for a month, not forever.
Let me see how. So she's doing that, and those videos, it's literally just she's doing stuff. She's not talking. She's not answering questions. She'll look afterwards.
Yeah, I'll look at my comments afterwards, you guys, but I have to try to stay focused. So I don't even turn the comments on. So I can't even see the comment but if you have a question, I do encourage you to leave it because I will go back and answer your question.
But Sunday nights, ask questions, talk about whatever you want. You talk about what you got for Christmas, how you celebrated Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Doesn't matter to us. You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you like.
So, and that's as much for our Instagram folks as it is for anybody else.
Yes.
But yes, all the comments will be looked at. Okay. For example, Lee Brown says, do you wash your brushes?
I do, Flea. They go into this jar where they live for several days, and then eventually they make it to the sink to be washed, if I'm being completely honest. When I say several days, it may be a week and a half or so. But yes, I do wash my brushes. Why you gotta call me out, please?
And for the record, I washed them 2 years in a row at Pinners.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was one of my jobs. It was
Was-
brush washing
How do you feel about that, babe?
in the men's room.
Shh.
We
We
had
were breaking the
men's room
rules.
basically to myself. It was me and like 10 other guys.
And those
There were 8
bathrooms are
million women at
huge.
Pinners.
I know. So I'm going to take my Posh pigment, and this is pale gold. You guys, I love this pigment so much. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the back now before we decoupage. That way I'm less likely to get it on my paper. And I'm going to use this decoupage. I don't have any varnish on my table. And I don't want to use my matte medium because I don't want... Oh, why don't I have any varnish on my table? You guys see what happens when you clean up your workshop? You get all, you know.
And we've not yet figured out the sound for me. Something happened last year where it just doesn't read my microphone. So I'm yelling. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, just say David is indecipherable. I'll say it to Royce and then she can say it to you guys.
Oh. Oh, did I wash my brushes today? So what had happened was, no, I did not wash them today. I washed some, but I didn't get them all washed today.
We have one of our neighbors watching, Mo.
Hey, Mo.
Sunshine and Whiskey Entertainment is watching.
You know, the one day, so I have 2 friends named Monica, and my other friend Monica called me, and I remember that one day when Monica, Home Depot Monica,
Oh,
I thought it was Mo. So I'm all answering her, and then when she was answering me, I was confused for a second, like, what? It wasn't Mo. It was the other Monica, which is fine, but I was just confused. So I want the back of this. I'm just going to make this gold. I thought about making it white and crackly, but I'm already going to be doing a lot. So we're just going to do a quick white paint and call it a day. I mean, a quick gold paint and call it a day.
Angie Champagne says I have to stop yelling at her.
I told him he could move his chair closer, but he didn't do that.
Well, I can only go so close. And Monica says she can hear me. So
Okay.
I learned Monica is our neighbor, because we had come from the same event. As I was getting out of the car, she pulled up and went, David, you live here. And I went, I do. Who are you? Because it was nighttime and I couldn't see. And she goes, it's Mo. And I went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned we are neighbors.
Hey, Mo. Okay. So I have that full coverage, and I do want to go around the edges too, you guys. So I want this piece to be like complete. You guys know what I mean? I don't want it to be just pretty on the top and then the rest of it is jacked. So just a quick coat of gold. One of the reasons why I love the Posh pigment is because it's dry. So you don't have to worry about it like drying out or going bad. You just mix how much you need and you use it and you put the rest away. And you guys notice how it's gold, right? It's not like glittery. Like it looks like gold. And if I had used a thinner medium, and you can mix your Posh pigment with your top coat that you use. If you use an acrylic medium, you can mix it with that. I didn't want to mix it with my acrylic medium because it's matte and I wanted my gold to be lustrous. So,
Mo asks a good question. She says, I'm excited to see what you're doing. The question is, what are you doing?
So I am making a piece of wall art tonight. This is a super simple wood palette. I think you get 2 of these for like $4.88 on Amazon. And we are going to decoupage this using some recycled decoupage paper. And I got the idea from an artist that I see on Instagram who actually paints her art on her palettes. And then she sells her art like that. I really like that idea. I just don't like painting small. So
Jerry Peter, I hope that answered your question. Where did you buy the palette you're painting on?
I bought it on Amazon. Let me put up my Amazon. So I'm going to put up a QR code, you guys, for my Amazon shop. And you guys can find, I think this is it. Yes, you guys can find the brush and the palette. The products, you're going to have to go find your retailer to get the products that I'm using. A lot of the recycled retailers carry pin art. So check with whoever you're already buying from. They probably already have these other products and or the Posh pigments. Put that over there out the way.
Oh, that's a good. If you're a recycled retailer,
Yes.
please put your a link to your website.
So our customers can find you. So I'm going to dry this really quickly. The one thing about this is it dries super fast. So this is not going to take a long time at all. But now we have our surface is like all ready now to be prettied up.
Kathleen Hoovis asks, when painting with that pigment powder, do you need to be careful with the directions of your brush strokes?
Your brush strokes will show. So you see I was kind of cross hatching on here, but I think the wood grain shows more than my brush strokes on here. It depends on which product you use. I'll be honest. I was using the thicker decoupage medium, so I'm more likely to have brush strokes tonight. But if you use like your water-based varnish, or like Wise House 1 Hour Enamel or Fusion has an enamel paint, and I think they have a clear, they self-level really nicely, and you don't have any brush marks when you use those products with the pigment. So it really depends on which clear coat you use to activate your pigments, how much brush marks, how much you're going to have to see brush marks. I got some gold on the front, but I think we're fine. We're going to cover it up with paper, and it'll be good to go. Look at, I still have that pickle green from our project this afternoon. Today's project, I was laughing because when I had the milk paint in my hand, it looked so much lighter. So I had a plan for what I was going to do. And then when I mixed it with the water, it was like a pickle green, like that vintage green, which is beautiful. But I had to like change on the fly. But this is a project that we made this afternoon. We just painted this can with some milk paint, and then we decoupaged our little bunny. And this bunny is from the Royce spring blocks, I believe, decoupage paper. And we cut him out and decoupaged him on, and then we went over it with some brown wax to just really age that green. And I love this so much. And this is what I'm going to store my brushes in. So that's why Flea was asking me about my brushes, because, you know, I talked about them this afternoon. And then yesterday, I actually did another project on these palettes. We layered decoupage over decoupage. So underneath is the music sheets decoupage paper, and over the top is the paintable blooms decoupage paper. And then I stained it with some ochre yellow, and we went around the edges with the antiquing paste. So the projects that I do are they're quick crafts. So my goal is to do a craft from start to finish. I'm saying from 20 to 30 minutes, but today was 45 minutes, y'all. I'm a mess.
Yeah, I had time to take a shower and everything. Mo asks, what kind of glue do you use?
So tonight we're using Pin Arts, decoupage, varnish, and glue, but you can use whatever you have on your craft table. So if you're someone who has acrylic supplies, you can use your acrylic mediums to decoupage with. I love using matte medium, and honestly, that's generally what I decoupage with. That's what's in this bottle right here, is some matte medium. But because we're going to be working with a fine line crackle tonight, I wanted something glossy, and this is what I have that's glossy. But if you have a medium that's a gloss, you can use that. You can also use water-based varnish, top coat, sealer. All three of those are essentially the same. We just call them different names. So if you're someone who has like chalk paint or DIY paint on your or clay-based paint on your workspace, then you can use your clear coat to both adhere and seal your paper. So you can use it for both. And then if you're like a crafter and you have Mod Podge on your table, then you can absolutely use Mod Podge to decoupage. When I use Mod Podge, I do like to mix it with a little water. The recycled paper is an 18-pound tissue paper. So it's thin, which makes it lay down on your surface beautifully, but it's thicker than, say, napkins or like the gift wrap tissue paper. So it's pretty durable. But sometimes the Mod Podge can be really tacky and you don't really have the option to reposition if you need to. But if you add a little water, it kind of removes some of that tackiness so that you have more flexibility to be able to make corrections if you need to. So generally, I will use whatever I'm gluing my paper with, I will also use to seal my paper. And of course, if you're doing crafts, you can use like a decoupage medium or even a PVA glue or a Mod Podge, but you want to make sure that you seal it with something that's going to be durable and that's appropriate. If you're decoupaging furniture, I always advise using a quality water-based varnish, right? Because your furniture is going to see more action than, say, something that you're going to hang on the wall or sit on a shelf. And if you're decoupaging something that you're going to put outdoors, you want to make sure that you use a sealer that is marine grade. And you really want to look for something that has like a UV protection on it as well, so that your colors will fade slower. If you live in Arizona, your colors are going to fade. It's just a matter of when it happens. But if you get something with the UV protected, at least it'll fade slower. And like if you're gonna make like we made coasters in our inside of the Recycled Besties group, and we used UV resin, right, to seal our coasters so that they are super durable and we don't have to worry about drinks or anything, ruining the decoupage paper underneath. Or if you're worried about like hot coffee on your coasters, there's a spray that you can buy. It's in the automotive section of like your big box store where they have like the stuff to clean your car, you know, um, oil, that section. There's a spray that's used to coat a motor or an engine, and it comes in different colors, but it also comes in clear. And so if you're worried about the heat, you can seal with that. I would seal with the water base first and then follow up with that. And you can also just use like Rust-Oleum's clear spray paint too if you're concerned about something receiving like a little moisture or a lot of activity. I hope that answers the question. I'm actually working on a resource for you guys that talks specifically about sealers and kind of the plus and minuses of using each one and when you should each use one. I believe that's scheduled to go out in January. So if you're a Roycycled Insider, you guys know that you get a resource every month to help you on your creative journey. For the month of January, I do have that specific one scheduled to go out.
Are you becoming an insider?
If you would like, I don't know if I have a QR code. If you are on Facebook, I believe you can put hashtag insiders and you'll get a message telling you how to become a recycled insider. And I do not have a
And
QR
that's a free
code.
resource, right?
Yeah, a recycled insider, you guys, it's my email list, right? But I don't send when you first join, you're gonna get a series of emails, like welcome emails, and that's just to tell you like what to expect. And I also have a free resource for you on the third like welcome email that you receive. And then once you're in the insiders, you get a weekly email from me. If I'm launching like a course or if I have something coming on, you may get a second email, but I try not to spam you guys too much. But I believe that what I send out has a lot of value. But if any of my insiders are here, you guys can speak to that. I think it's nice, but I don't know.
All right. And then only because
I don't have a QR code. Okay.
we're new to Instagram, want to welcome Elizabeth's Cottage
Hi,
and
Elizabeth.
Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara.
Oh, hey, Mara.
They're watching on
On
Instagram.
Instagram.
On YouTube, Jerry Peter asks, Royce, what's your favorite wax?
I don't know. So if I'm being honest, my favorite dark wax is Annie Sloan's dark wax. It's a beautiful, rich brown, and I really like it. I also like mini wax. What's the brand, you guys? Is it mini wax?
I
Minute
think
wax?
it's Minwax.
Min wax?
Yeah.
Okay, Minwax has a dark wax that's really pretty too, and I use that as well. For your clear wax, I use Minwax. You can use DIY's clear wax. Wise Owl's clear wax is good too. It just depends. Um, I don't have any specific favorites for wax necessarily. Annie Sloan's brown is my favorite, so I do like the color of that. And DIY's white wax is my favorite because it's really white and I love it. But other than that, I don't have a specific favorites as far as like a brand. Honestly, you guys, I find that usually if you're someone who creates a lot, you're going to have like specific products that you like from different brands. Um, Sometimes customers can be made to feel like they need to be loyal to like one specific brand. And I just don't. And if you've been with me a long time, you already know that I've always said this, even when I was carrying a bunch of products. That's not the case. I encourage you to use what works for you. And that's what I do. Like Wise Owl's primer. I know Dixie Belle retailers who also carry Wise Owl's primer because the primer is so good, right? Um, Annie Sloan's wax is really good. Like each brand has a standout product, I think. And I know that a lot of my ladies like DIY's crystal clear chandelier. Is that what it's called, you guys? It's good. So as a customer, you use what works for you, girl. You don't have to be tied to any particular brand.
Lee says, insiders, not too much. The information is helpful and interesting.
Thank you, Fleet. And I send out encouraging messages too. Sometimes I send out personal stuff. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but you know, if we like go on a trip or if I do something, I don't know. Last year for my granddaughter's birthday, I don't know if you guys have seen the young folks were making those big old banners out of the butcher paper. And so my daughter-in-law asked me to make one. Never again, by the way. Just saying. But I made one and I didn't know if I could do it and I was able to do it. And so like I shared a picture of that, you know. But and the rest is just usually encouragement or information. I'm on a mission to get you guys to create by whatever means necessary.
Kathleen Hubis says the scrolling at the bottom of the video, if you're on Instagram, it's on the top, is new for 2026.
It is. I'm learning how to use my new tools, you guys. We've always used I can't think of it now, the other streaming service, but they stopped allowing me to stream to YouTube and they couldn't figure out how to fix it. So we're on StreamYard now. And so StreamYard has different tools, and that's one of them. I just discovered it. So you guys saw me mist my paper. And this is one of the things that I like to do to kind of ensure that I'm going to get a wrinkle-free decoupage finish. And I missed it, and I'm not going to rush. I'm going to relax. I'm going to like allow the water to be absorbed by the paper and allow the paper to relax so that before I start decoupaging. And what this does is the fibers of the paper relax and they spread out. So when I go in with my decoupage medium, the paper is not going to respond because it's already expanded. So when you're decoupaging, that's why you're getting wrinkles, is because your paper is responding to the moisture of your decoupage medium.
Can you scoot over a half-inch to your left?
To my left? To the left? Oh, okay, so I can be in the frame.
Well, on Instagram, because it's in tighter on Instagram.
Oh, you know what? Let me do it this way. Oh, Lord. This vertical camera is like, okay, how's that?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That works.
That's better.
Okay.
So I just misted my paper. And when I say stretch it, you guys see I'm just kind of running my hands over it. I'm not like pulling on it and stretching it. At the end of the day, it is still tissue paper. So we want to be careful. I remember Sherry Martin used to say I manhandled my decoupage paper.
Bloom and Restore LLC says, is StreamYard cost effective?
It is. They did go up on the price of StreamYard, but I will tell you, like right now, I'm able to stream horizontally and vertically at the same time. I'm able to stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the same time, right? When I'm done, this recording will be saved and I'll be able to utilize this footage to create additional videos. And actually, they have a new feature where they'll actually like break your video apart for you and make like little short form videos automatically. And I've been playing with it and it's actually really good. And yesterday, I didn't like the videos that it made for me. And so it asked me for guidance and I told it exactly what I would like to cover. and it legitimately made 3 videos for me that I will absolutely be using. So I think it's worth it.
Um, let's see. Georgia Vintage 5150 on YouTube says, thanks for the coaster tip. I've been using Krylon triple thick to top coat and it fails when hot drinks are placed on it. I'll
Oh,
try the auto spray.
yeah. So I always talk to you guys about a starter strip. Tonight is like super important to have a starter strip because you guys can see this paper is like barely wide enough, right? So I want to make sure that my paper stays exactly where I want it. And that starter strip is going to help me do that. So I have one of my cows, so I'm good there. And then once I have that starter strip, I'm going to go ahead and just put my decoupage medium down. We have learned that when you use the misting method that you may have to use a little bit more of your decoupage medium, but you don't want to use too much because if you use too much and it like pulls under your paper, that causes like weird ripples. But you do want to be generous with it because your paper is not going to be absorbing the decoupage medium like it does when it's dry. And then whenever I'm laying down the product, I'm going to look to the side because look right there, I have a big old dry spot. And if I had just decoupaged over that, that would be a bubble. So when you look to the side, you can see wherever it's dry, where it's not shiny, you know that it doesn't have any decoupage medium on there. And you also want to make sure that you have kind of an even coat of decoupage medium because if you have a spot that's like barely covered, for instance, you may not have a good enough adhesion, and what will happen is, especially if you're in an area that has a lot of humidity, like down the road, you'll get a bubble, which is so irritating. So those are things that I do to avoid those situations, though. And if you're new here, I do want to clarify that recycled decoupage paper is not a rice paper, it's a tissue paper. So if you're used to using rice paper, it is a little different. So, for instance, I've been told that the misting method doesn't work well with the rice paper. Oh man, I got some of that paint on there. So we're gonna pretend like that's a piece of the artwork because it's not coming up. That's funny. We'll just pretend like we did that on purpose. I have this little circle right here. I'm not gonna meddle with that until I dry my paper, and then I will go in and trim that.
Bloom in Store says, thank you for the information. Been using CapCut and trying to figure out how to broadcast to multiple platforms. So going to research StreamYard.
Yeah, it really is worth it because, my grandmother used to say, you're either going to pay with money or you're going to pay with time. One of the two or both, right? And so StreamYard does save you a lot of time. And it triples my efforts. I'm here live and I'm going to be here for the same amount of time, whether I'm streaming to one platform or 3, right? So I'm able to stream to all 3 platforms at one time. And tonight it's super long form, right? We're usually here for 90 minutes. But when I do my videos in the mornings, my quick crafts with Royce, they're supposed to be 20 to 25 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, but we went over today. Those videos that I'm doing live are going to be recorded inside of StreamYard. So I'll have them. I don't have to worry about if Facebook is going to delete them. I don't have to worry about, um, what kind of, como se dice, um, like how crisp the video is going to be if I download it from YouTube because I'm going to have my own copy. And you guys know what? I'm going to dry this. And while this is drying, I'm going to show you guys a video really quickly. Maybe, hopefully. And if you guys will just, if you've been craving time just for you, time to create, to breathe, to reconnect with who you are, I want to personally invite you to the 2026 Recycled Besties Retreat.
We're gathering in beautiful downtown Safford, Arizona for 3 days of creativity, connection, and rest. All your creative supplies are provided, breakfast and lunch are taken care of, and you'll even receive exclusive recycled retreat only goodies. We are already over halfway full, so if your heart's been whispering maybe, this is your moment to say yes. Click the link to claim your seat. I would love to meet you here.
Oh, that is so weird. I guess there's no sound on Facebook for my little commercial. I'm so sad. So you guys, the Royce Cycles retreat is coming up. I feel like it's tomorrow. Like it makes me nervous. Of course, we've been planning for it all year. We do still have seats available. So if you guys would like to come to the retreat, you can put hashtag retreat if you're on Facebook. And I also have a QR code for that as well for the retreat. If you want more information about the retreat? You guys, I'm telling you, and I mean, it's my retreat, obviously. I think it's fabulous, but it's fabulous. And I was thinking about the value of the retreat, and yes, it includes, breakfast and dinner. I mean, breakfast and lunch each day. And yes, all your supplies are included. And yes, you get a swag bag, and it's not a swag bag full of like random stuff that you're going to go home and throw away either. You have an apron in your swag bag. You have a custom paper that's made just for the retreat. You have a custom stencil that's made just for the retreat. And this year in particular, you guys, we're going to be launching a product that same weekend, and you guys will get that product in your bag for free. So your bag is literally worth over $100 just with the stuff that's gonna just with like the basic stuff that's gonna be in there. And of course, we're gonna have some extras in your swag bag. And all that to me makes up the cost of the retreat. But based on the feedback that I'm getting back from my attendees, you just can't put a price on the experience itself. Yes, from last year. Um, my local members are already asking me about the retreat. I have two. The coffee maker, what's his name, babe? I gotta get his card from you. Yeah, Good Bean. He opened a coffee shop right next door to the venue, and he's gonna be making a coffee drink just for you guys. Thursday night, when you guys come in at the meet and greet, we'll be at the bar, and the bartenders are going to be creating a cocktail just for you guys. And you get 2 drink tickets that night too for drinks. You can do non-alcoholic and or it's up to you.
Just FYI, you're being asked what you're doing behind the QR code.
Oh man, sorry guys, I thought that was gone. All I did was I clipped here, this spot right here where it kind of folds in weird, so that I can alleviate that tension. If you try to start sanding and there's tension there, you can risk like tearing, and I don't want to do that. Actually, I didn't even clip far enough. Look, so I'm gonna clip all the way in there like that, so that when I go to sand, I don't have to worry about extra tension. And then I just cut a hole in this little circle right here, and now I'll go in and I'll sand this to trim it.
We do have a question from Lauren Martone or Martoni. Royce, does it matter if you spray your decoupage paper on the front or back?
So generally, it doesn't matter. However, if you are working with a design that's really, really saturated, like a really dark color, the ink will cause the water to absorb slower. So if you have like a white paper, for instance, like the paintable papers, it doesn't matter. You can do the front or the back. But if you're working with a paper that does have a lot of ink, then you're probably going to have quicker response if you spray the back.
And everybody said they could hear it on Facebook, so maybe it was just me.
Oh, okay.
Which is good. Just a reminder, last year's retreat, there was a stencil. So a stencil this year is new.
There was a stencil last year.
There was not a unique stencil.
Yeah, I made a stencil just for the retreat.
You did?
I did.
I must have missed that. You probably had me running around getting stuff during the stencil.
It was just in everybody's swag bag. Like I don't know. Maybe I should have made a bigger deal of it. I don't know.
I bet you that's when I was getting lunch.
Oh, maybe. Well, no, it was just in everybody's swag bag. So I didn't like say,
Oh, you didn't use it?
ta-da! Some people used it. Some people didn't. It was just, it was there as a resource if they wanted to use it.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of people used it when they did their colors, when they mixed their colors and made their own palette. They probably used it, but there were things on there for them to use for the project. Some people used it.
Okay.
Some people were insistent that they were going to save their stuff and not use it. So that was a thing. And so I'm just sanding that right off. See how clean that is? If I would have tried to, and you guys saw me, what week was that? A couple weeks ago, we did a project together and I was being hasty and I sanded it while it was wet and I tore my paper. Remember? You remember? So it's better if you do it when your paper is dry because you get it cleaner and you're also less likely to tear your paper. And this is a tight space, so I'm going to go in with my little emery board here. And so when you're sanding, I prefer like a 220 grit. I think it's perfect. A 180 grit, you guys know that grit on there is so big and I feel like it scores my paper and I don't like it. And like a 300 is so fine that you're sanding for forever. I feel like a 220 is like fast and it's fine enough that it doesn't score your paper. But you can use, this is a finger sander. I love this. You guys know my hands, some days they're better than others. And so I like to have things that I can hold as opposed to trying to manage like a piece of sandpaper. So one of these finger sanders works really good. A sanding block works really good. A sanding pad even works really good. And then for tight spaces, just a little emery board. And you can also get the emery boards at the Dollar Tree, the big ones. Those work really good too.
So is it fair to say that this year, since apparently there was a stencil and I was not made aware, that the paper and the stencil and the mystery product will all play a role?
So this year is going to be different, you guys. I guess I can talk about it a little bit.
Well, I don't want to give anything away. But
Well, no, I'm not gonna give. No, I'm not gonna give away anything. I'm just gonna talk about my
because
general.
you're not ready to debut that product. So.
No, we're not gonna talk about the product specifically.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I am going to. I am working on an ecosystem for you guys of products that would allow you guys to be more expressive in your creativity. And so at the retreat, we will definitely be using all of the things in your swag bag. We'll still have. You guys should see my new avatar that I had made for the retreat this year. It is hilarious. I'm going to put it in the retreat group because at the retreat, I tell everyone that we're just mad scientists, right? We're just experimenting. And so we'll still have um, what like mini labs. I don't know, not like tables, but we have like little stations. Thank you, babe. We'll still have stations for you guys to do some experimenting, but we'll also be doing some things together. So it's going to be a bit of a hybrid. So you guys will be at the stations and we'll also be doing some experimenting together and you guys will be documenting your experiments. And then on the second day, you guys will have your documentation and you guys will be making choices about which experiments you want to integrate into your project. I'm really excited to see what you guys create because I think this is going to stretch you even more outside of your comfort zone, but like in a good way. And even if you weren't here this past year, you're still going to enjoy the retreat this year. Like I get a little teary because I'm a dork and because I'm so excited about the transformation that I see when I'm able to be with you guys in the same room, like, in the flesh. I appreciate showing up with you guys online and being able to serve you that way. But there is just something special about being together in person and being in a room with people who are a lot like you are. Like, you guys know, like, our friends and our family love us, but y'all know they think we're crazy, right? Y'all know that. But you'll be in a room full of other crazy people just like you. It's fabulous. And so I cannot wait. I cannot wait. and I'm super excited about this year. So, but let me get back to my project before my husband starts waving me off because I ran out of time. Are there any more questions about the decoupage?
Let's see. Chris Schmidt. So your new is going to be a mad scientist. I guess you meant Avatar.
Yes, my new avatar is a literal mad scientist.
Flea, you are stressing me out. I don't want to use the things in my swag bag.
See, it's
I want
fine.
to add
Flay.
them to my hoard. Bloom and restore. I agree, Royce. So much inspiration to create together.
Yes.
And I lost all the comments.
Oh, well,
Let's
that's
find out where they went.
while we're doing that, I am going to try and mix this. I'm going to mix this color right here. So you guys will see how it's white right here because my paper was a little short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some paint so that we can match the paper. A lot of times, and I shouldn't have put that straight line there. I broke my own rule. What I should have done was use a wet brush to make this cut right here so that I didn't have like, I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna have to make that edge organic because that straight line, whenever you're trying to blend your paper, it is so much easier to do it when you're trying to cover on an organic edge versus a straight edge. When you have a straight edge like this one, your eye goes straight to it. And so it's harder to conceal. So I'm going to rough that up a little bit and we're going to make ourselves um, something that's more organic. There we go.
Melissa Huey Gomez came in a little bit late.
Hey, Melissa.
Says hello and good night. So, but she said, "Is this an artist palette?"
It is. This is the artist palette. It's wood. I got it on Amazon, and they're fairly inexpensive too. I was surprised.
Can you bring it down just a little bit?
Yes, I'm gonna like that.
Oh, you got it up so you could play with it.
Yeah, I was brushing stuff off.
Gotcha.
And so I'm actually gonna be working down here, so I'm gonna bring it up a little bit.
It's a weird thing. So on Facebook and YouTube, you're fine.
I know, but the vertical.
So
I know my square is cutting out the top, but I'm going to be working down here.
Gotcha.
So we're going to prioritize that.
Now you're working under the comments.
Yeah, that's why I'm going up.
Wait, what?
So I'm going to be working down here. So that's why I'm scooting this up some.
There you go. Oh, you're getting a little better. You're still under the comments. There you go.
Okay. So I'm going to mix my own color. So we know that yellow and blue makes green. And this is something that we're going to talk about. Last year, we did like a super high level session on like color theory, basics of color theory, and how to mix your own colors. And you guys did a fabulous job of making your own palettes. This year, we're going to learn even more because what color green I get is going to be different depending on which blue I use. This is a cooler blue. This is a warmer, no, this one's a cooler. This is a warmer blue. This is a cooler blue. They're going to give me different results. This is a cool red. This is a warm red. They're going to give me different results. So this year at the retreat, we're going to be adding in warm and cool. And we're going to spend a little bit more time talking about using transparent versus opaque colors. But for tonight, I'm going to start. This green is really deep, but it's really vibrant. So I'm going to start with this blue. And then we're going to see if I can mix my own color. Hopefully I can. My success rate is like about 98%. That's pretty good. There are times though, because colors are weird. You think you know exactly how they're going to work, and sometimes it doesn't do what you think it's going to do. It doesn't work the way you think it's going to work. And we have to remember too that pigments are chemicals. And sometimes pigments have responses to each other that have nothing to do with what color they are, but what they're made of. So sometimes you get something weird happen. It may just be the pigments responding differently than you anticipated. If I would remember to keep the little red lids on my bottle, I wouldn't have to do this every time. And these are the bottles from the retreat too. Those of you who were there, you will recognize them. So I'm going to start off with a basic green. One of the things about mixing your color is that when you're working with a lighter color, your darker color is going to impact it way more than you anticipate.
Bloom and Restore asks, do you feel you save paint by putting your paint in bottles? What are the benefits?
So I think that I do. You know how when you pour out of the can, like no matter how careful you are, you always get paint into that well around the can. And if it's a color I'm using a lot, that means that I'm going to be getting a lot of paint in there, and then the lid doesn't close well, and my paint ends up drying out. So my rule of thumb is if I'm using paint that I use a lot, I'm going to put it in a bottle because I'm going to, rather than opening and closing my can a lot. If it's like a weird color that I don't use that often, then I'm probably going to just store it in the can. Not a weird color, but you guys know what I mean. We all have our favorites. So this green is super bright, right? It looks like pea soup. So I want to do two things with this green. I want to make it darker, and I also want to neutralize it. So one of the ways you can neutralize a color is to add its complement. So this is green, and its complement is directly across from it on the color wheel. So if I mix a red in there, it's going to neutralize it or make it less like bright. And then a red is also going to make it darker. So this color is going to do two things for me. And it's dark. Red is a weird color because you look at red and you think it's not that dark. Like in my mind, red is not a dark color, but it really is. Can you open that for me, babe? My hands are just.
You're gonna have to wait a minute.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Let me find
Nope.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, baby.
Sorry.
I forgot. You're like locked in.
Technologically elated.
He has 2 tablets and a phone over there, you guys. He is locked in.
And Ari Sanchez pops in to say hello.
Hello, Ari Nana. She probably gonna get tired of me calling her that. But it's Damar's fault.
Well, it should be Ari Mama.
Oh, I know, huh?
I think I'm gonna make that a thing.
Are you gonna make that a thing? It's Ari
That's
Mama.
Right.
And
For those
so
of you knew, Ari is our daughter-in-law.
You guys see how when I mixed in that red, it really like neutralizes it or makes it look dirty or muddy. And a lot of times we talk about muddy colors in like a negative connotation, but really there's times we want our colors to be muddy, right? So you want to be able to know how to do that. So I'm going to add this color blue because I need it to be a lot deeper. And a lot of the decisions that I make are kind of instinctual, but there are some rules in my head that I'm using to make these decisions too.
Not a one of your bottles squeezed on the first squoze.
I know. Well, these ones, some of them I had to go get out of.
That's fine. I'm laughing at the fact that you've had to.
Oh man, I put too much blue in there. Maybe not. It didn't squeeze on the first squoze. Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
Oh. So I am, the tone is right for this green, but it's just not dark enough. And so I need to make it deeper. So I am going to add, where's my box? Did I not bring my box? There's a box with a bunch of bottles of paint. I had it when I was sitting here earlier. Did I put it somewhere? Because I need my raw umber to make this darker. No, don't go anywhere, babe. Let me think for a second.
I'm just looking around here.
Because I legitimately had it on the table and I made sure my white was in there, my raw umber was in there, my burnt umber.
Little cans here.
No, it is. Oh, good night. Let's try. This is burnt umber.
I got this over here.
No, it's a little plastic box with a bunch of plastic bottles like this.
You want me to go look inside?
No, it's okay, babe.
No, I'll go look.
I'll make two.
Everything's put down, so.
Well, no, because I don't think it's inside. I hate for you to go in there. Like, I don't know why I didn't take it inside. I brought it out here.
Let me check just to be safe.
Okay, you can look in my studio.
Okay.
There is a box in there, but it's not the right one. That's why I know it's out here somewhere. I'm fired, y'all. This is burnt umber, which means it's going to be a little warmer than I want, but I think it might work. Oh, Lord. I just squirted out too much.
Down there?
Nope. That's all my pin art stuff
that
Megan sent me.
All right, let me go take a fast look.
Okie dokie. My poor husband, y'all pray for him. And now we are getting closer to my color. I'm going to go ahead and put this color on here. And then if I have to I'm going to have to make adjustments because it's not going to be dark enough. But this is going to be a start. I know that box is in here somewhere because I did not take it in the house. The whole purpose of packing it was to bring it out here. And then I don't even think I have any black paint here. I need that box. I have some Payne's Gray. Let's see what happens if I put that in there. And if you guys are interested in learning more about like how to use your colors, I do have a crafting and color course. And that's literally what I do in that course is I teach you guys how color works and how you can mix your own colors, which is really valuable, even from like a fiscal, point of view. If you have basic colors and you understand how they work, rather than having to buy more paint, you can just mix your own. No, that's the one I would see. I knew you were going to find that one. It's okay, babe. I literally took paint out of that one to pack the new one. That's why I'm irritated with myself. Okay. That's good. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I am going to mix a green black.
Ooh, you got paper towel or anything?
Yes.
I got painted.
Oh, you got painted? Probably oil paint. It's everywhere. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. How did I get it?
This?
No.
Because this was on my chair.
I'm going mad, you guys. Absolutely mad. So this one is it's deep, but it's not, this is still like really bright, the green that's on here. So let's, there we go. I'm going to dry this and then we're going to go in with the right green. I mean, the right blue. That made the right green. And I can't see any comments, baby. So you're going to have to tell me. There are like 30 comments, I guess.
Jerry Peter says, do you have your artwork on your walls in your house?
I don't. Usually the artwork that I'm sharing right now, most of it's in my studio. It's in there. And then the one piece that I did have mounted, I sold that piece. So, but I hope to have something up though soon.
And jumped over Monica Taylor. Excuse me. What's the rule when mixing those kinds of colors?
Monica, girl, that is a whole class, legitimately. So it's the stuff we learned in school. Yellow and blue makes green, right? It's sealed. No, I'm just kidding. That's what I hear in my head every time I see that. But there are other things that we want to think about, like how bright a color is versus how neutral it is, how transparent it is. And honestly, it's a lot. Like, not a lot, but it's something that I'm not going to be able to explain in just like a few minutes here.
Don't you have a class?
I do. That's what oh, you were in the other thing. I talked about my crafting in color class.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes. And it is available at roycyclesacademy.com if you're interested in that. And I do. I mean, the whole thing is about how colors work and how to mix your own colors.
And I don't know how to pronounce this. Toye, Toye.
Yes, she was at the retreat last year.
Slaughter says this is not a decoupage question.
Okay.
But it is a decoupage question because she asks, when will the out of stock papers be restocked?
Oh, yeah. So we have restocks coming in with the new release, and I will have an update. You guys should expect an email like probably Tuesday, because I'm checking in to get an update from the manufacturer, or when I'm hoping I call and they're like, oh, they already shipped. We just forgot to give you tracking. That's what I'm praying for. So I'll see. I'll have an update for you guys on the new release, and the restocks are coming with the new release. And then for those of you who did pre-orders for the release, you guys know that you guys were given the option to be able to buy out of stock papers. So if you did that, you'll be guaranteed restocks when that paper comes in.
Jerry Peter says, is your tissue paper like wet string?
No, it's not wet string tissue paper. It is a different tissue paper. It's heavier than the wet string and it's more papery. It doesn't have, which I learned something interesting. I'm a paper nerd. Don't get me started talking about paper. So it doesn't have that shininess of the wet string tissue paper. So I am at a weird place with this because right now, this is really a lot more matte than that, right? And so I feel like once I put a gloss over it, I'm going to be really close. I'm going to leave it alone, but I am going to go in and add a little bit of visual texture to kind of match what's going on like up here. So there's like a yellow orange right there. So I'm going to mix something and kind of bring that into my area a little bit. And you guys will note that I did bring the paint above the paper. I actually went over the paint. I didn't just go right up to the paper. So when you're blending your edges, you really want to go over the edge of your paper and not just go like right up to the edge of your paper, if that makes sense.
Ari Sanchez is going to be helping at the retreat this year, right?
Yes, that's what she said.
That's what she said. I think that means I'm on babysitting duty, aren't I?
No, baby, you're on photograph duty.
Well, somebody's going to have to watch that. She'll be almost 2 by then.
I know, but I legitimately...
She's rambling hard right now at 18 months. I can't imagine what she's going to be like then.
Oh, I know.
She's motoring.
She's motoring.
Luckily, our grandson will be in
What's
school.
Your price like?
If it was 2, I don't know.
Right. I need my black paint. I'm on the struggle bus right now. It's okay. Let's see if I can make my own black.
Yes. I think Kathy's going to be around, right?
You don't say?
Yeah.
No, David did such a good job taking photos. That's why I have so many photos of the retreat. David and Brenda took photos too.
But mine are the best.
Okay. I'm trying to look and see what color black this is. It has a lot of purple in it, so I think this will work. It's so weird because colors, oh, I need that to be darker though. You start really looking at colors, they're not what you think they are.
Monica says now you have to come over for karaoke to sing that song.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, and Ari says we're putting Tiana to work.
Oh, my. Should I just go straight down with those
18
trees?
18 months. She's got a mind of her own. She ain't working for nobody.
I'm telling you.
People working for her.
Don't you know who I am?
should do something karaoke on the retreat, shouldn't we?
Well, they have karaoke at the
Spring Festival?
no at Frontier. Remember, Lee and them went to the.
Well, I mean, Monica does karaoke, so I mean.
Oh, we should do karaoke.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to do something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, Monica.
Yes, Ari, we will get you a shirt.
You don't have a shirt yet, Miss Ariana? I'm fired. I'm going to go ahead and put gloss over this paint and see what we have. And so I ended up tearing way up there, and I really only had this little bitty space right here, but I didn't think ahead of time, so I made a struggle for myself. Let's put some.
Monica cracks me up. She started on Instagram, put a message up, hey, I'm going to YouTube, and now she's commenting on Facebook. She just kind of ran the gamut.
It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind.
I got no problem with it. And it really is easy to be on Facebook for comments.
Yes.
While watching on YouTube on TV.
Yes.
So.
Poor David. We'll be watching something on TV, and I'm like, ooh, go to the comments. Because, you know, to me, the comments are often just as entertaining as the video. So I'm going to dry this again. And you guys see how changing the sheen of that made it so much better? And I do have some texture there that I want to imitate, and then I'm going to be done. But I'm feeling good about that base color. So I'm going to talk to you guys about something. If you guys want this like super in-depth, I spent a lot of time in the Decoupage Masterclass talking about this. I want to say I did like 4 different projects where we mixed colors and imitated the texture on 3 different papers. But you guys will note that if you look at this, you can see this darker green, but underneath it, there is like this military green is underneath. And so usually if I'm trying to match a color, I'm trying to match this color that's like behind everything. And then you can get that color down, and then you can put all of the accents on top of that color. So now that I've been able to successfully match this kind of, I wonder if you guys can see it, that military green that's there. Now I can go over it with these colors and kind of create some texture to match the paper. This ended up being, what time is it? Because I haven't even gotten to the.
We are in an hour 10.
Okay, let me hurry up because I want to do some crackalier.
Barry says Dom doesn't have a shirt.
Dom Are you sure? Care. Dom doesn't want a shirt. He don't care. Them boys don't care, girl. I remember I would be live and what's that little boy's name? Jordan would come home from school with his friends and they'd be like, what is your mom doing? He's like, I don't know. Some weird stuff. She's weird. I don't know what she's doing. You know, we parents are so embarrassing. I contend that it's our job to be embarrassing, though. So I'm just saying. And I'm just mixing different color greens. I'm going to take some of these colors up into my paper. And I'm just trying to match the texture that I see up there.
Kathleen Huvitz, do you have plans for the top white section?
There's no, that's the paper right there.
Well, the top,
this
you're talking
little
about
piece?
like the
oh, this right here. I just put the little, that's the top part from the other paper. I left it there. If we had more time, perhaps, but I do want to get to the crackle. That's my favorite part.
Yes, our son says he never wants to watch the live with me, our daughter-in-law says.
No.
He tells me you guys are old and boring.
Yes, we are old and boring, and I love every minute of it.
I think you gotta do something on the top.
Where? Right here?
Yeah, the top of the mitten there.
Why?
On screen, it doesn't look right.
Okay.
I mean, I can only say on screen.
We will do something. I'm going to put a little bit of white. Okay, you don't want to go to work tomorrow, baby.
Leaving at 7:30. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, no. So this right here is like, it's clouds and they're white clouds and there's some light blue here, but this is going to be a little bit too bright. So I'm going to, what color should I add to this blue, you guys, to make it more neutral?
And then just to be a real pain in the neck, what about on the right side?
Why you want to play with me, baby? I want to get to the good stuff.
Well, I'm just asking. You don't have to do it right now. I'm just asking.
So blue and orange is the opposite of blue. So we're going to add some red and some yellow. I'm going to use this red, though, because it's kind of orangey.
Because you could do the crackle and you could do the other stuff whenever.
No, baby, I can't. Once I do the crackle, we're done. Oh, man, I put too much red. You guys see how that red is freaking dangerous? I swear. It is so much darker than we think it is. You guys see how that red impacted my white even more than the blue did? And you would think blue is darker. So it's looking a little purple. Let me put some more white in there.
Deborah McDonald says some gray, Payne's gray.
Maybe I'm going to use this for a base coat, and then we'll go from there. And I really do need a round brush, which I do not have in here. Oh, I do have one right here. My skinny brush just fell. Because that's still too bright, isn't it?
It is on here.
It is. It's too bright. Let me see if I can just put a little bit of red. Just a little bit of red. And you guys, when you buy white, you can also get like buff if you're getting acrylic colors, which is a warm white, which would be my preference right here, but I can't find my box. So I do not have any buff with me. Although, let's try some ochre yellow and see what happens. Just a little bit. Oh, that's kind of perfect. So what I'm trying to do is dirty this up because it's just too clean and too chromatic. I don't want to, dang it, I went too far. It's kind of green now, but that's a lot closer. I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to go in and dab in some white. And then I think the crackle is going to take care of the rest of it. We can't leave until I do the crackle, babe.
Well, you got 13 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had my little round brush. Oh. I needed this brush last night. I'm taking that in the house. I hate painting little, you guys. And last night, so the paintings that you guys have been seeing me posting, they're just on paper. They're not on the canvas yet. They're actually like my practice runs, so I can work out some things and see what I want, and then I'll decide which ones I'm going to paint on canvas. And I hate painting little. It is just, I don't like it. I'm going to add some ochre to that and dirty it up a little bit. Still too bright. Bring that down here too. Okay. I think that's good. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be fine, especially when we do the crackle over the top. I am not messing with that side piece, baby, because we're going to be here all night. I mean, if you want to be here all night, we can.
Kathleen Rubis says, hate to add more work, but the side needs something too. It looks like bare wood, like you cut the paper too short. That's not me. That's Kathleen.
I know. I'm already doing it. I couldn't even do it.
The big thing with top is because the paper looks like an overcast day.
Yeah.
At least on screen.
It is. Essentially, that's what it is. And the paper, you guys, has its own texture. Like, you know, it's an old oil painting. So you can see some of the crazing that's on there, you know, visually in the paper. But we're going to add our own crazing on here too. But yes, you guys are making work for me. Thank you.
Kathleen does say the top looks good.
And I do think that this exercise, if that's what we're going to call it, is good, right? Because it lets us practice. And I want you guys to notice that it's not like I'm able to like magically just do it perfectly. I have to experiment and see what works. Like I have an idea of what might work, but I really don't know until I experiment and see. Okay. Is that okay? That's good, huh?
Side looks good.
Okay. So we are done with the blending. I am going to go over it with another coat just to make sure that we have the same finish. And then we're going to get to the good stuff. I got to make sure I save a couple of brushes for my other stuff because I have to have a clean, dry brush.
You need to dry it?
Oh, Lord. Why did I put that in there? No, I have two brushes that are clean and dried.
No, I mean, you have to dry the piece before you do your crack.
That paint, I mean, I will just to make sure, but I'm gonna have to put this on there. That paint dry, it's dried. I mean, it's so little paint, it's already dried. But I'm just gonna clean a brush and use it for my medium. I feel, I don't know, I have no evidence to support this, But in my holy imagination, I feel like the crackle probably works better over gloss than matte. And so I'm going to go over this with my gloss. That piece of green paint right there is about to drive me crazy. And this medium is a little bit thicker, so I'm going to just take advantage and, put some brush strokes in there. So now everything is the same finish, right? I don't have like bits that are matte and bits that are shiny. I do want to glaze this a little bit though. Okay, so I'm going to dry this and then we're going to do the crackle medium. And you guys will see that I mean, by the time we do the crackle over the top of this and we put on the antiquing paste.
Please said, thank you, David. I was saying dry it over and over again.
I'm going to dry it. I thought you meant dry the paint that I put on.
Well, I thought you needed to.
No, the paint is, there's so little paint, you guys, that it was dry by the time I was done. And the thing about creating is that if you allow yourself to just release any like stress or anticipation or judgment and to lose yourself in the process, you'll find that you'll have more success. And that's been true for me, certainly.
I'm not going to like what Lauren Martone says. She says, try a dab of burnt umber.
I did a dab of burnt umber up there and it just made it more yellow. I think we'll be fine because even
Well,
right
I said that
here.
because you said your umber is in the other thing, right?
No, I have burnt umber. I wanted some raw umber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the raw umber.
Not the suggestion,
Oh,
just reminding you that we can't find a thing.
I know. You guys, I was so meticulous in how I packed it. I made sure I had all the colors, raw umber, burnt umber. I had opaque white in there. I had transparent white in there. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so it's all dry. Let's do the fun part. So the crackle medium. This is Penta Arts Fine Line Crackle, and it's a two-part product that we're going to put on there. The first one we're going to dry with the second one. It's going to make the cracks, and then our antique paste is going to fill in those cracks. That's why I say, like, we still have some stuff, other stuff going on. And then we're going to finish with varnish. We're probably not going to varnish tonight, though, because we want to make sure that this is completely dry before we put the varnish on there. But we will tie our ribbon so we can see, like, what the final product is supposed to look like. So I'm going to go over the top of this with step one. And I want to be fairly generous. Like when you're going over with your brush, if your brush starts like dragging, then it's time to put more product. And it looks milky, but it is going to dry clear. And I have no scientific evidence to support what I'm about to say, but I do feel like if you do like short cross hatches, that you get smaller crackles. And then the less product you use, the smaller your crackles. The more you use, the larger your crackles. That's true. So I like to put different amounts in different areas because if you have something, if you've ever seen a painting that has crazing on it, it's not all uniform. It's kind of, you know, more in some places and not in other places. I think I might get me a large palette and paint on and do a painting on there. Don't know what I'm gonna paint on there, but that would be fun, right?
Excuse me.
And I want to go back over it, but I'm going to resist the urge to do it because if I do that, I'm just going to cause problems for myself. So I've put on my step 1 is what I started with for the crackle medium. And I'm going to dry this. And I didn't start with my sign tonight because all I have to do is stencil claim on there. That would have been boring. Have you guys decided on your word for the year? Not that you have to have one, but I'm just curious. Claim is mine.
Angie Champagne says you can paint her portrait. She's just offering.
You know, portraiture is not. It's so funny that I'm painting portraiture. It's honestly it's because I'm. It's the easiest for me. Like I should be doing landscapes and animals, but I'm doing portraiture. Although my animals have turned out pretty good though. Birds are killing me. They're so easy. I think that's the problem. I mean, not easy. Their shape is so simple. You would think it'd be like easy, right? But for some reason, my brain is struggling with the bird shapes. But I've been watching this guy. His last name is, oh, I can't remember, but he's a bird watcher, like an avid bird watcher. And he teaches like, you know how when people go out in nature and they like sketch on the spot? That's what he teaches, like that kind of drawing. So I've been watching his YouTube channel. So I'm going to try again. I think understanding the anatomy of the birds is going to help me because they look simple. And I think that's why my pictures look like not accurate. But they're not simple.
Lee Brown's word is diligence this year.
Ooh.
Wendy Reese Purdy says she missed the beginning. What is the palette made of?
It's a wood palette that I found on Amazon. And I really do use my palette because I have a big glass palette. And if I lay out oil paints on that palette, like I'm not cleaning it because oil paints are expensive and they last forever on that palette. And I probably have a painting that I'm going to be going back to. And so I'll use one of these wood palettes if I'm setting aside an oil painting and I want to work on something quick. I'll use one of these wood palettes.
Jerry Peter, does the hair dryer make the cracks better rather than letting it air dry?
So it's my experience, Jerry, that using a dryer does make the crackle happen more. And this is why I think it happens. Basically, what's happening is you're having 2 different layers that are drying at different rates. And so when the top dries faster than the bottom, there's tension, and that tension is what causes the cracks. So I think using the dryer makes it crack more, but that's just me.
Chris Schmidt, her word is blossom. Tammy McGill Reed, finish is her word.
I like it. So that's dry to the touch. So I think we're good. And you guys see how it's completely clear, even though, it was milky when I put it on there. So now I'm going to go with step 2. I got to make sure that I stir it well. I don't want to shake it because I don't want to get any bubbles in there. So I'm just like, tossing it a little bit. And I'm going to go over with step 2. And I want to say, did we do this over the decoupage when we did the plate? We didn't. We did it under the decoupage, didn't we? We had a couple of lives where we played with the crackle medium. We did one plate where we did a decoupage medium and we did crackle around the edge on the glass. And we did another one where we did the decoupage. We did the crackle first, and then we decoupage. We did reverse decoupage over that. So actually, we didn't do crackle over the decoupage paper. So hopefully, oops, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be really sad.
Cindy Nygaard says her word is compassion.
That's a good one, Cindy.
And Kathleen Ubis asks, what are you putting on? What other product could go over it?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
What are you doing right now? What is the name of this product?
Oh, this is Pent Art's 2-part fine line crackle medium. And so these two work together to produce the crackle. And so this is what I was saying, that a lot of the work that we did to blend is going to be obscured anyways. So it doesn't have to be like super perfect.
Allison Hand, please let me know if it's better to watch on YouTube or Facebook. I've been commenting on YouTube, so I'm not sure. Allison, I don't see any of your comments on YouTube.
Oh, that's
weird. It really is your preference. We like to watch YouTube on the TV at home or in the house. So we would watch things on YouTube there. But Royce watches things on TikTok. She watches things on Facebook. It's whatever.
I'm watching the TikToks while David's watching YouTube. This is what David's watching on YouTube right now. A couple going across the country playing miniature golf. And the people have to answer like a bunch of questions to win money, like random people on the street, I'm guessing. What's the name of that one?
I don't know. Oh. It's like 30 people for $500.
Yes.
It's just to see if I know stuff. I don't.
And Aura Sports commentary. Which,
today was catch up on all the games.
I love watching the sport commentary more than I like watching the sports. And when David goes to bed, I watch my weird sci-fi. That's what he calls it.
I gotta find a new show.
I know. And so my crackles are starting. I can see them. Yay!
Jerry Peters says her word is evolution.
Ooh. That's a really good one too.
Angie says go Bills.
David's team is all hurt, so.
Yeah, they're going to the playoffs, but they're going to get knocked out the first round.
I mean, maybe they'll get healthy. Maybe they're like psyching people out.
They're not. They're really damaged. They're signing people off the waiver wire right now.
What's the waiver wire? What's the waiver wire?
It's guys that are just getting cut at the end of the year.
Oh.
And it's just, it's not good. It is what it is. Kathleen New was watching Tank Masters on YouTube.
Oh, Tank Masters.
And Angie says pluribus.
Have you know what, Angie? I have that. And I started watching the first episode and I haven't gone back to it. So I should go back to it. I wanted to show the plates. This was the one where we did the crackle first and then we decoupaged over it. You guys see that fine line crackle? And we did gold leaf on this plate underneath. Everything's done on the bottom. And then on this plate, we decoupaged first, and then we did the crackle around the edge of the plate. And then we painted white over it. What were you going to say, baby?
Angie says it gets good.
Okay. Is it one of those ones I need to give it time? That lady was stressing me out.
I want to say it's based on Stephen King property.
Oh, I don't know. I know that everybody turns into a hive mind, and then there's one lady who's not. I guess there's like 10 people apparently who aren't, but I'm gonna watch it because that is my kind of show. Oh, you guys should see these cracks. I'm way too excited because I saw this in my mind so clearly. I was really praying that it would work. You guys ever have that happen where you like have a specific vision for a project, and we can all pivot, right? But it really is nice when it all comes together. Okay. Okay, I think it's dry enough. I'm gonna see. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you guys can see, you can't. Let me get the wax on there, and then you guys will be able to see the crackleage.
Tammy McGill Reed, I just finished Stranger Things.
Oh.
I've not watched it, but the idea of these now adults playing kids, and it's not like, oh, we hired somebody who's 18, 19 who looks 14. They're like 30 playing 15, so they have to use de-aging software.
Oh yeah, for this season.
For this season.
Yeah.
What little I've seen of it looks really horrendous.
Oh. Why didn't they just write a script for them to get older?
My understanding was the showrunner planned for it to be just one season, and then the second, kind of like Detective, the next season something totally different.
Yes. But they had so much success that they wanted
to. It was like the highest rated Netflix show ever.
I know my son is like, Mom, you have to watch it. Molly Ringwald stressed me out. I like watched 3 episodes and she had my shoulders up to my ears. I just can't.
So
I have enough stress. I don't want to be volunteering to be stressed out.
I just saw some clips of season 1 and season 5 or whatever the last season is, and there's one kid that just it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, the showrunner could have like.
You have to plan for that.
Yeah.
If you're doing something with kids,
they do, and some kids it can. If a kid is 12, like 12 and 14, that's a big difference.
It's huge.
Yeah. Between same kid is going to look different at 12 than they are at 14.
That's why you don't do shows with kids.
Seriously, okay, what's
they
the
age
one?
So much in 1 year, and you're limited on how much they can work.
Yeah. What's the one guy from the like 20s who said that he doesn't work with kids or animals?
W.C. Fields.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look how yummy that is. Can you guys see all that crackle? I love this so much. And so now you have what looks like an oil painting with beautiful crazing over the top. And I need to follow this up with some varnish. But before I varnish it, I'm going to let it dry completely because I actually may get more cracks as this dries. So I'm going to let this sit overnight and then I'll varnish it tomorrow so I can maximize the crackage and let this dry completely. But I did want to show you guys one last thing that I want to do to this. I have this ribbon, and this is silk, but it's like raw silk. Sari silk. Is that what they said the name of it was?
Sari silk.
Ribbon. And I'm not good at doing bows, but I don't think that my bow needs to be like super perfect for this.
Yeah, a couple of people said the Stranger Things, the age thing didn't bother them. That's cool. I'm just saying it looked weird to me. Look, I think what they did with Wet Hot American Summer was brilliant, where they did the film and the adults played camp counselors that were supposed to be like 16, 17, but they were obviously adults. Then they did a sequel like 20 years later. Didn't matter. Everybody looks 20 years older.
Oh, but
they're saying they're still 17, 18. And then they did a prequel.
Oh, Lord.
Even after that, where they're older. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But that's part of the joke.
That's a B movie, though.
No, that's a comedy.
Oh, okay.
And the joke is
that they
because
look
they're making
old.
fun of 70s, teen sex comedies
And I just want to do like kind of a loose floppy bow.
Somebody said Runaway, Bloom and Restore, Runaway on Netflix.
Oh, but isn't that pretty, you guys? I just think that looks so nice. And again, I got this idea. There's an artist on Pinterest. I can't think of her name. And she does her own artwork. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And I just thought of this paper when I saw her piece. And I just think that you can make something really beautiful. And of course, I chose the vertical one. But there's another one on the paper that is landscape. And you can use that one as well. But the crazing just brings something really, look at that. Oh, it's so nice. And it really obscures everything so that you really can't tell where, maybe at the top, I may have to put some more something up there. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be brighter at the top. But that is tonight's project. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It actually looks like the sun is trying to poke through.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe it's just higher in the,
Yeah.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
On Instagram, Sinking Canoe Antiques says it looks awesome.
And of course, you can just buy, they have little things where you have the little tab you can stick on the back, and it has a little hook on it so that you can hang this. I think it would be a really beautiful gift, especially if you chose artwork that was specific to somebody's, like something that they like. Maybe if somebody likes to collect butterflies, or there are several options on this paper, because you have this one, which is landscape. And then like this would be cute for like sisters if you're making something for your sister. And I chose this one, of course. There are so few. And she's probably Greek. She's probably not even a woman of color, but she looked like she was. So I chose that one. The flowers would be gorgeous, right? You have two still lifes with florals on here as well. So this is the Fine Art Project Block Decoupage Paper by Royce. It's so hard to find positive representation of Black women historically, because they just weren't represented that well. It's one of the things that drives me to be able to paint, is because I want to be able to paint what I like to see in the world. So I think that's all I have tonight, babe, unless you have anything else.
Bloom and Restore says the crackle's great. And has the paper dropped yet?
The paper has not dropped yet. You guys will be the first to know. Oh, I do want to tell you guys something. There is an announcement that I'm going to be making soon. Since you guys are here, you'll get to hear it first. You guys remember, those of you who've been with me for a long time, you guys remember when I used to have a contest every year. And what happened? What had happened? What happened was when the page got up to be about like 20,000 people, it just got too hard to manage, and Facebook would throttle back some people's submissions, and they wouldn't get into the contest. And I felt bad because we had like actual prizes, especially that last year. So I haven't done a contest in a long time, but I have new systems that I can use that's going to make it manageable for us to be able to do a contest. You'll have to submit your project like with a form, a Google document, but I will be uploading all of everyone's submissions to the Facebook page for voting. And I'm also going to get like a panel of experts. So we'll have like people's choice, and then we'll have the voters' choice, and we'll have different categories. Professional is if you like have a business, whether that's a creative business, or if you're painting furniture and you're selling it, you'd be considered a professional. If you're a hobbyist, you just love creating for fun, we're going to have a different category for you guys. And the categories will be furniture, home decor, and art. So we'll have professional, home decor, furniture, and art, hobbyist, home decor, furniture, and art. So those will be the categories that we're going to have. And I'll have more information later, because I'm still getting together some details with who our sponsors are going to be. Of course, I'm going to have prizes for you guys, but I'm hoping to partner with other brands to bring you guys additional prizes. I'm super excited about it. I haven't had a contest in years, And the fact that I was able to, not I, the fact that I'm going to say we were able to figure out how to do it in a way that's fair and equitable for everyone, and it's not a hot mess. I'm super excited about it. So we will be having a contest. So keep your ears open for that. You guys heard a little sneak peek. We are preparing on the back end for a new launch of new designs. So that'll be coming up in upcoming weeks. And the retreat is the last weekend in April. You guys, there are still seats available, and I want you here. I want you guys to come. There are only 55 seats because I want to make sure that I have time to spend with every single person who comes, and that we create an intimate environment where we can really collaborate, like create community over the course of the weekend and really enjoy each other. And we're also having a spring festival in my town that weekend. So there's stuff to do in the evenings. And I'm working on a landing page for you guys for local restaurants that are going to be offering like coupons. And I'm being selfish. I want you guys to go to like small locally owned businesses instead of the chains. But you guys will get coupons, and you guys will get to know my community. I'm super proud of what we have here, and those who came last year will tell you that you really are hosted by the whole community, not just me. So
Can
I'm
you put
hoping
the
you guys will
QR
come
code up again? For what?
for the
I don't know. Bloomin' Restore is asking. So,
for the
oh,
retreat.
for the pallets.
Oh, for the Amazon store. This is my link to my Amazon store. You guys can use that link. If you're a Royce Cycles retailer, I should probably put something in the group. I think this retreat will be really beneficial for you because we're really going to be using all the products that I'm building for kind of this ecosystem that you guys can take back home and you can use in your videos and or your workshops that you guys are doing in your own shops. So um, that's all we have tonight. I am super proud of this project. It came out so cute. Sorry. And that's it. Oh, I'll be live again tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all got to show up. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'll be live every afternoon at noon. And again, there won't be any chit chat. It's going to be a project from start to finish, fairly short, shorter than today. And I'll be doing that every day through the month of January. So I will see you then. And for my Roycycle besties, I am so excited for us to meet this week. I feel like it's been forever. Forever. Um, and unless you had anything else, babe, I think that's it.
Nope, that's it.
All right. You guys have a blessed week, and we will see you guys again next Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow, or you'll see me tomorrow, rather. And remember, you guys, where experimentation goes, creativity follows. Make time to play and experiment so that you can grow creatively. Have a blessed night.
Tammy.